one thing made me an alcoholic. So just one thing. Now, there are lots of factors all compiled on top of each other, and there's the moment I tipped over, but it's actually pretty surprising, the one thing that made me an alcoholic, because when we look at all the clinical trials and all the studies, it's super, super clear. The one first thing that made me an alcoholic was the fact that I was highly sensitive. That genetic predisposition that made me highly sensitive, which was always going to make me susceptible to pathological self-soothing in such a toxic world. And when we look at it in the big picture, we have highly sensitive, complex childhood trauma, which I didn't know about until later on. So a lot of people will say, oh no, I don't, I had a perfect childhood. I used to say that, I thought I had a perfect childhood. And then I found out later, deep diving, that my core emotional needs as a child were not met. And when I did the deep dive, I realized I didn't actually have memories from my formative years, because there were lots of them were hidden. So being highly sensitive, complex childhood trauma. Then we had, some bullying, some excess booze and partying and some other factors. Then the morning drink, that just tipped me right over the edge. But the one thing that first made me prone to being an alcoholic, which is really quite shocking, not what we are educated about, was that I had the genetic predisposition because I'm a highly sensitive soul. And that's the same one that actors and comedians and artists have. And that's why we all kind of fit in this box. That's where it all begins. So if this resonated, please do like, subscribe. Lots more detail, very open to debate on this as well. So please do comment below, like, share, all that fun stuff. We need to decrease the stigma and increase the education around what addiction and alcoholism really is. And the best way of doing that is getting the real information and the clinical data out there. Thanks, guys.